out there.
Buford, who has been looking out the carriage window for the majority of the time, is like, yeah, they're all dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
At least to my knowledge.
Oh, okay.
To your knowledge.
Well, what ended up happening was we got ambushed by that guardian.
Ooh.
There was a few more forces with him. There were 2 knights, him and another. Our group split up when they took chase when they got us. They did a splinter attack while we were going through the woods. Got us from both sides. I was lucky enough to be in the middle.
Interesting. Yeah, I was wondering about that 4th person that you said was there, and why we didn't see them at all during that skirmish.
Well, the 4th was actually the Moon Guardian's pet. He
Pet?
had another.
What kind
Some
of
kind
pet?
of
Like
beast.
not a manticore that we saw today.
It was similar to one, but it seemed like it was bigger somehow.
Interesting.
Not quite. Not quite a manticore, but I'm no zoologist, so.
Not quite a man, not quite a core.
Oh,
A full
Bite finger.
sinister option.
Interesting. Well, I'm sure glad your mother will be thrilled to have you back in. We're happy to not have someone such as yourself be needed by. What did we say we're calling her now?
Eugenia.
No,
Oh.
like we
Oh,
decided not to like.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
the lady of the smiling visage.
we'd have someone so young as you join the Lady of the Smiling Visage yet.
He kind of like he like laughs, but like his like smile like turns to like a frown soon after. I'm glad that I escaped for sure, but we lost a lot of talented men back there. A lot of talented soldiers. Those are my friends, you know.
Of course, but your knowledge that you gathered while out there will be an immense help to Caladan, and their lives will not be lost in vain.
Knowledge? Are you kidding me? We just did like a basic scouting mission, got a little bit of intel about what's going on a little bit closer to the center. We were able to find a big ass tree, and then those 2 showed up, and that's when we started running. Well, at least when I started running. When I knew things, when I saw. And he goes back to kind of like he's like looking down like at like his like hands.
Well, if you didn't know about this tree beforehand, that's information that will be useful on further reconnaissance. So,
He kind of shrugs. I'm glad to know. I'm glad to hear, I guess.
okay, I will slowly turn away. Shift body.
How do you address grief?
Any other conversations before I grab Adrian's ear?
Huh? Huh?
Yeah, what about the other bitches in chat?
The other
So-
bitch side-eye in the grief.
Charlotte?
I'm sad.
Oh. Well, this one while pretending to drive, we'll kind of like look over to Adrian and be like, so, I have a question,
Hmm?
and I hope you don't take it too personally.
Okay.
Back there with the Guardian,
Hmm.
are you always so honest?
What do you mean?
I just. It was a little difficult because you. Because the Guardian was very aggressive, right?
I guess you could say that.
But you were kind of telling him all of our business up front.
It
I'm just
should.
curious if that's something you do often or if it was just a situation. Just kind of getting a judge of your character, I suppose. And again, this is nothing pointed, nothing like coming towards you. I just want a bit more clarity since we are so fresh and new to each other after all.
I mean, I didn't see any reason to hide what we were doing from him. He very well knew. That's kind of what I went into that situation
Hmm.
thinking, is that he knew what we were there for, because, or at least he could have assumed, I think.
I mean, you do make a good point.
But, I mean, honesty has never gotten anyone killed, right?
So one kind of just like looks at it for a moment and
Agent
just
smiles.
looks to the side and is like, yeah, right. Honesty is the best policy, as they say.
Right, like, I wouldn't say I'm like honest to a fault or anything, but if telling the truth isn't going to get us hurt, then why lie?
Hmm.
What would
Well,
you?
sometimes dishonesty, while honesty may not necessarily always lead to getting hurt, dishonesty at times can almost even reap more of a reward in the end, especially if it's something minor like saying that we're something else, but to help garner more information first, or perhaps if they're looking to harm a specific group that we may be a part of, perhaps tiptoeing around that a bit so it'll give us ample time to move around the situation and figure out what we're doing a bit first before the strike occurs, if that makes sense.
It does.
And this, by all means, isn't to insinuate that what you were saying wasn't a good way to deal with it, especially given that, honestly, in any other situation, it might have even been beneficial to let them know of our standing, especially given that if we do, in fact, win the battle like we did now, they would be sure to note that we are not to be trifled with in the future. I just wanted to ascertain your character a bit more. That is all.
I'll be sure to read the room in the future.
And Swan smiles, and then goes back to fake driving.
Anybody else have anything to say? Because I might jump in again.
Ooh,
Oh, double talk?
Yeah.
you better go ahead.
So like after some time has passed, after my talk with Buford, I'm gonna turn to Sadia. Is that right?
Sadaya.
Yeah.
Sadea. And be like, so is Jasper still alive?
What's it matter to you?
We sort of have a deal going on where once we have some free time and this is over, he's going to show me around the library for some more medical information.
I've heard.
So,
But what happens if you don't get that free time?
I would
No
assume,
particular reason.
oh, if I don't get the free time with Jasper,
Indeed.
that would be, rather unfortunate. I thought he was a pretty intelligent person, and I'm just, worried, and I kind of was hoping to gather that information. I don't think, you know.
Idea. Do you know your way about the library?
Just say that.
Ooh.
So perhaps if Jasper does not come back, you could help.
Perhaps. Good.
Ooh.
Oh, no, just-
Okay.
Can you repeat yourself? You cut out.
Yeah.
I said, but no. Me.
Oh my
Oh.
god. One more time, bestie.
I said, no pills.
I love that.
Said,
Oh my god. Oh,
You
no.
need to
Oh,
disconnect.
yeah, yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
The way his fucking
Yeah.
icon just vanishes.
it wouldn't even let me join the chat.
Dad. Okay, you do sound better now, though. Okay.
Yeah, you sound a lot better.
I said, without Jasper, there is no me.
Mm.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. So he's like not like hurt or anything? Are you guys like siblings or
Inky.
something? Like what?
Siblings. Ugh. No.
Oh, oh.
I'm gonna bite my lip.
Is this like a permanent thing or like a ritual thing or not a ritual like
I would love for it to be a permanent thing.
oh
It's just so nice.
What do you mean
So
by that?
easy.
I mean, I guess if you have the knowledge that Jasper has and the way, or from what I've heard, the way you fought, I guess it wouldn't be too bad if you stayed around.
Too bad. I think it would be magnifique.
Stop. I could almost blush.
Oh,
Almost.
Almost.
ooh. Well, I'm sure. I guess you'll be around for the foreseeable future.
I'll think about it.
Think about it.
Just a thought on there.
You're cutting
Not
out again,
again.
bestie.
Ooh.
Do what to do with it. I'm going up and down.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I heard something about you have to deal with it.
yeah, I
My
heard.
bar is up and down. I can't do anything about it.
Oh, it's a little bit better now. It's just fluctuate. Okay, well, say what we're gonna say again.
I said it gets lonely in there.
Ooh.
Oh, well.
In
I'm
where?
sorry to hear about that.
I don't know. His skull.
Ugh.
Uh,
So you're in his head? That is
Metaphorically.
so kinky.
Excuse me,
Buford, who
Charlotte.
has been side eyeing this entire conversation, is like, so what exactly are you? Not to be like rude or anything. I'm sorry. I just,
I don't want to say it.
I'm just not like. So are you like, you're a part of him, but you're not like,
Not a sibling.
not a
I could be
sibling.
anything you want me to be. Wink.
Oh?
Ooh.
Buford's
So,
kind of like looking around.
no hard answers. So like, are you like a magic transformation Jasper like found or like?
Yeah, how'd you two meet?
It was fate.
Okay.
He was having issues, and there I was.
Issues. Ooh. And
But
you live in his
then-
head?
Where?
Ooh.
That's up to him to discuss himself. I
Ugh.
don't want to air his business out or anything.
Right.
That's considerate, seeing as you're controlling his whole body right now.
He was having how do you say performance issues?
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ow.
In a way,
Oh,
Oh.
Ooh.
my finger.
academically perhaps.
Oh.
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 But you didn't hear that from me.
Oh.
My
Vice
lips are
fingers.
sealed.
It stays between us. Don't you worry.
Wait, so then Jasper can't doesn't know anything about what's going on right now?
No, he does.
Oh.
She's just there.
Oh, Hi, Jasper. This is an interesting dynamic, to say the least.
Buford nods and goes back to looking out window.
I'll be taking that as a compliment.
I'm glad. Okay, I think that's all from moi, unless anybody else has anything else.
Nothing from me at the moment, at least.
You all pull up to Rayler. Where do you guys go?
We're supposed to drop
Uh.
Buford off first
Yeah.
at the
I thought he was
stable.
gonna eat.
Oh
with
yeah, yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah. We were
Oh, was
taking
he?
him to
Oh.
the bar with
Well,
us.
why don't we like
Ask him.
should we show his mom that way, like, so she stops like having a goddamn
So,
aneurysm first at least.
not me to cut in, but you guys are gonna have to strategize this in person.
So, would you like to go back to your mom before we eat and then come out with us, or would you like to eat first and then go see your mother? Mazel.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, like,
Mummy.
I think I need to take a bit of a walk.
Okay,
Oh,
sounds like we
what?
should get a drink and
Oh.
play some cards, right? And then I'm gonna like,
Walk where?
who am I sitting next to?
Oh, wait, are
Well,
y'all
we're-
in or out cart?
Yeah, so so you guys are
Good
still in the
question.
cart. So we're still inside of the cart. Like, I'll say that we're like pulling up to Brayler.
I'm gonna
Okay.
like elbow, and look at the person that's sitting next to me, like in a, you know what I'm.
No, it's probably Seda. That's actually probably Seda who is sitting next to
Okay.
you, actually.
You remember, huh? You were there.
I was there. I saw the sleight of hand.
Oh, excuse me.
No one saw that, so
Points finger.
above board. No one saw that. I
Points
do
finger
not.
above board.
I do not know what you're talking about, but okay.
If that's how you want to play it.
I'm gonna go like.
Okay, good to know not to bet when she's dealing, as I mumble to myself.
I am just a natural. What can I say?
Door.
So I guess I'm gonna look back at Buford and be like, well, I think it would be good to stop by and see your mom. You have been gone for upwards of 12 days, and she's looking for you. And we can take her to eat with us too, and you guys can catch up.
Well, no offense, I don't know if I want to have like a meal with you guys and my mom.
Oh. We can go to the same tavern,
But
but you don't have to eat with us then.
but if anything, I should probably go report to Zorelia.
Oh yeah, I think I remember you saying that. That's above board. I think I remember him saying that to Adrian.
Well,
That we
we
needed to
can.
do that first.
We should at least accompany you, anyways. You know, might as well.
He shrugs.
I will bang on the. Why am I banging on the window? I'm gonna open the window.
Mhm.
We're stopping at the guard house, to
The
drop
what?
off the guard house,
We'll
The
say
barracks?
the
yes.
barracks, or yeah, okay, I didn't know what you call it.
Mhm.
We're stopping at the barracks, and Buford is gonna report into the commander there.
Sounds good.
As you should.
We'll make a stop. Give us
Sure.
about 5 minutes, we'll be there.
Drive by Buford's mom's house.
Mm-mm-mm.
You mean the general store? Oh, sorry, the stables.
Yeah, literally.
Wait, are we saying that we're driving by the mom first?
We're not stopping. We're going right to the barracks.
Got it, got it.
Um,
To the barracks.
you all pull up to the barracks. There's another carriage parked outside though, as well.
How fancy is it?
I would say that it is all black with like some like red like adornments, and the horses are armored.
Immediately sliding open the little door.
Hello?
We're here. We're pulling up now, but be warned, they have some what appears to be important company here as well.
Any
Would
noticeable? Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna ask about board. Would we recognize this at all?
It's just a carriage. I mean, unless you're asking for descriptors.
Yeah.
Like, what
I'm
are you looking
gonna-
for?
Like, does it look like it might be a carriage from a specific house? Does it look like it is
No flags.
no flags? Okay.
No emblems.
No emblems anywhere that you guys can see.
Just a
Okay.
nondescript, well-suited carriage.
Yeah, it's got a driver though.
Can we see the driver?
Well, yeah, you two can. And yeah, those who look, if you look out the window.
Okay, what is it?
Are we parked?
I think we're passing by the carriage to find our parking spot.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah,
Someone's
how
trying to
close?
parallel
Yeah,
park.
how close y'all parked to this carriage?
Mm.
Right next to it, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh.
If it's at like the tie-offs, then that's
Well,
where.
it's not at like a tie-off because it has a driver.
Oh yeah.
It's like parked like essentially like kind of like obnoxiously in the front.
Then I
not
guess
this.
we would be parking probably behind it.
Yeah, I would say so.
Mhm.
Mm.
Wait,
This looks like something that I should not be handling.
Oh,
why?
you're gonna stay in the carriage?
No, Sadai is then going to all the smoke that's covering Jasper's going to rescind into his mouth.
Oh.
And he's back.
That's what she meant.
Adrian is like
Back.
staring at him right now.
Well, I'm guessing this is still in the cart.
Yes.
That's
Dark
one
Lord is
his
back.
face mushed through the fucking door.
Well, welcome back, Jasper.
Thank you.
Adrian is none the wiser then. Has no idea.
How is your
Buford is already getting out of the cart.
Oh, Jesus.
Sliding the window.
Closed?
Yes.
Oh.
Some people have no tag.
Adrian's gonna like jump, like get off the front of the cart and kind of walk up to Buford as he's getting out and just be like, do you want me to go in with you to help talk to her, or do you feel comfortable going alone?
I think we should accompany him.
I was gonna say, do I hear this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't because you kind of see Buford kind of like stammering and like thinking for a second. And
We're
then you guys
coming.
kind
I agree with Senta.
Okay, then my party has answered for me, and we will be joining you. So
okay.
We've been here before, it'll be fine.
we'll be able to argue in your favor, at least.
We're
Um,
so close with the I forget her name.
you better remember, girl.
Really?
Okay,
Not me looking at
so,
the notes.
so Buford nods and he approaches the front door of the barracks and the two guard he like does a salute to them and both of the guards kind of like nod and like raise their like the two like axes like kind of like the drill.
Mhm.
And they push the doors open for you all, and
Thank you.
they don't react as you walk by. And they simply just like solemnly close the doors behind you all as you enter. And Buford begins walking towards where you would assume where you guys like remember like Zorelia's office was. As you all approach, the doors to her office. So you guys like come down like the hall, and you can see. We'll say like the hall's like you're like 100 feet like on the other side of the hall, like as you turn the corner, yeah. And you can see like her office doors, like or like her like study doors at like the end of it. But there are two. I'm gonna say there's two. Not necessarily like guards, but there are two like undead wrapped in I would say like just like robes and like like kind of like ornate robes like standing like out on the outside of like the door. I'd say that both of them are like their faces are like covered in like masks essentially.
Cute.
Think like
Go on.
I was
No,
gonna
go on.
say
Go on.
think like kind of like I'd say it's like you could like see like their like mouths, but you can't see like their eyes or like forehead, and like their like masks just have like one like eye on it, and like their hair's like slicked back.
I'll have to see if I can get a hold of some of those bandages at some point.
I was gonna say, are there any like heraldry on them that like we can see?
Give me a history check.
Just Senta?
Anyone who wants to look.
I don't see
14.
shit.
19.
Oh shit, hold on, my hardware acceleration's on.
Ooh,
Oh, let her cook.
oh my
not
god!
this.
I almost just fell backwards.
Oh.
Drag race season is alive and well.
I would
Yeah.
say that you see a. I'd say that you see a like a symbol on like the
23rd.
hand on like the right hands of like both of them. And it is the symbol of House Gautier.
Okay.
Were they here before?
No.
Okay.
No, yeah, I think it was just. I think there's just empty last time we walked up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going. Who all saw it?
Yeah,
Not
who
me.
who sees it? What's
Me,
the score?
definitely.
Swan and Jasper.
Ooh. I'm going to kind of like, not like stop everyone in the group, but kind of like motion us to slow down a little bit. And I'm going to point out the symbol on the hand.
Ooh. Is that House Gautier?
Gautier's here.
We should tread lightly. Looks
Of
at
course.
Swan.
Let's. I don't know where I am in the group, but I will say like remember what Mogwin said. House Mogwin
Of
said.
course. And remember, we are here on behalf of the Mogwins, but we are members of our own noble houses and duchies, separate and first. We are just doing a job,
I believe
and he's going to keep walking. Oop.
we should be mindful not to step on toes while we are here.
Yeah, could definitely hinder exploration,
Of course.
Mindful
investigation.
of the Gautier toes.
Charlotte
Cut your
visibly rolls her eyes.
Okay, didn't see that because I don't know where I am. But...
Mm,
I would say that you got, so I'd say that like Buford's in front of all of you. It's probably like the same arrangement that you guys were walking in the woods with like
Yeah.
Buford and Adrian like in like the helm.
Mm.
Maybe like Swan's probably like in like the center a little bit closer to like the two of them, just because I know you be nosy. And let me think. And then yeah, so it's just that arrangement. Zentha, you're probably, well, I mean, like the hallways are long enough that you guys could all probably like walk in like a straight-ish line, but like kind of like a triangle. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So
Mhm,
it's not
yeah,
like you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
are like that far apart. Like if one of you like stopped like the party, like all of you would like see it. Essentially, you guys are like that
Mhm.
close enough to each other.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good.
So you approach the the door, and then you see the two undead attendants. They do not react to all of you coming up.
That's fine.
Good. I'm gonna like say this out loud to the group. Do you think we should interrupt this meeting?
Well,
Do we hear like talking on the other side?
Ooh, roll perception. Ooh, well, roll perception at. Yeah, just roll perception. Just roll perception. Just roll
Okay.
perception.
Okay.
Oh, I got a crit.
I got a
Oh, I
nat
got an
one.
18.
Oh.
Do it! Not the full
Ooh,
gambit.
ooh,
I
yikes.
got a
Okay. Jasper, you can hear like kind of like muffled like talking because it's like a pretty thick door. Zentha, you hear like muffled talking, but you also hear like I'm trying to think of like what exact line of dialogue I would like you to hear.
Okay.
Yeah, you can hear Zarilla's voice. But you definitely you know it's Zarilla's voice, but it sounds differently. You can tell she's not talking to like somebody who she sees as like a peer and or lower than her.
Mm-hmm. A bit of fear I can hear.
Mm-hmm.
Respect or something.
You can tell her voice is very like measured.
Okay. I'll relate to the group and be like, this, from what I can hear, this may be someone that we do not want to interrupt.
That's
It
fine.
may cause a problem for us going forward, especially with the commander, if we show them up or something or interrupt them.
That's fine.
then
And Swan's going to like lean like against the wall of like the hallway.
Anyone else doing anything?
I'm also going to be waiting.
I'm
Noted.
good.
Buford,
Definitely
is
waiting.
there anyone else in the barracks that you would like to speak with before we speak to name
Gorilla.
Gorilla.
Zarella.
Zarella? Yeah.
Madam Zarella. Madam
And
Zeroni.
Zoella.
Big Madam Zeroni for
Zarella.
nodding.
Is there anybody else we should seek out for you?
Potentially, but I would assume that the commander would probably want to hear from the squad that's been gone for allegedly a few weeks.
Most definitely, I believe this is the correct course.
Then let's wait.
After a few moments with like no warning, like both of the attendants turn to the doors in perfect unison and begin like opening them. And you can see Zorilla like with like her like head like bowed as like, and you hear you see like a man in armor.
Mm.
You see
Mhm.
you see two men in armor.
That bitch is gay.
Um and he said, and you hear what exactly do you hear?
Mhm.
All you hear at the end is the older of the two men saying, and I expect this done by the end of the week. Do not fail me, Commander. As he turns and you see is I'd say like humanoid man. He's like 6'2" in all black armor. And on the back of it, you see the Gautier insignia on his
Mhm.
cape. And next to him, you see like a younger man who bears like a very similar resemblance to him. With armor, like similar armor as well, just like slightly less embellished. And instead of a cape, he simply just has the Gautier symbol on his like right shoulder.
Any character recognition in chat?
Um. Ooh. Swan, Zentha, Charlotte, you can all roll. I'm gonna say you can all roll history. I don't know if you would know them, but like, I mean, like,
A 16.
Yeah, 16.
Dirty 20.
Swan, you can tell that this fits the description of Count Sylvain Gautier and his son Margrave.
Immediately bowing. If
I
there's
see
someone
s-
next to me, I'm going to give them a glance.
I see this. I also
I feel like
bow.
Adrian would just automatically be like, even
Yeah,
without
like
recognizing him.
Buford, like seeing like who's like on the other side of the door, kind of like stands up straighter and salutes.
Yeah, like Adrian
And he
is.
kind of like steps out of the way.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, let me get some. Let me get a
Can I-
theme in chat. Let's
Can
get
I
the theme in
also
chat.
Ooh.
can I also ask an above board question?
Sure.
So like theoretically speaking, like you know how like each house has like their own like like mini army or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So like like the Gautiers and Mogwin, like if is their like head of like military like more important than like us? Like is that someone like we should be
Yes.
bowing to?
Yeah. So like there is a hierarchy for sure. Like do you mean like, but like in terms of like army, like what are you saying?
Like their head of like royal security or like noble security or like
Yeah, well,
they're general of their army. Like
yeah, well, yeah, there's like a head general for like, the entire, you know what I mean? Like think about like this. It's like so it's like at like the Almir's level, they have like direct oversight over the entire empire. Yeah. So
yeah.
it's like they have like a general that like is like the general of all generals essentially. Like the Almir's specific general who's like the general of like the entire army. But like Camilla in theory also has her own general because she also has her
Yes.
own archbishop as well.
Yes.
I.e. so like Zorilla is the commander of Brailer, so she is one of Count Gautier's generals. That's kind of the reporting
Yeah.
structure.
I guess I'm just like I guess like the main thing I'm asking is that there are people who aren't like nobles per se who are like
Who do
higher.
have titles, yeah, who do
Yes,
have titles that
who
could
like
outrank you.
require our respect, like stuff like that.
Yeah, like if you were to see like there's like plenty of like religious titles like the Grand Psychopomp, or like, like the Grand Vizier and stuff, like, like the Imperial Psychopath or like the Grand Vizier, like those positions like are positions that you need to bow to. Like you would have to show them respect as well.
Okay.
But like, so Sylvain is just the head of House Gautier, right?
Yeah, he's a noble, but he outranks you guys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
By like a step or two.
Yeah.
It's not like crazy though, right?
No, it's like he's like think about it like this. Like there's Camilla.
Well, then again, we're also none of us are like head of
That's
like
true
none of us
too,
actually
though.
have like
Yeah, we're not
big
But
head
I'm a
of
I'm a
our house.
baroness.
not
Yeah,
yet.
but you're not head of your house.
Yeah, you're just like a baroness. Like you're just
Yeah.
you're a child of a baron.
Until my parents die.
Yeah, you're
yeah,
right.
Like
but
that's
you
the,
have to wait for
well, that's the thing. It's like you are just like it's like think about it like this. It's like you are like one tier. It's like you're like to your parents how like Margrave is to Sylvain. You know what I mean? It's like they are the heir presumptive. So it's like you will show them respect. A good chance that they might one day be your boss.
True.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So,
Okay, sorry pulling everyone off.
Or at the very least, not bosses, co-workers, colleagues.
yeah, exactly.
It's like getting into a job, seeing like other workers from that job. You want to be nice to them because you might be working with them one day.
Okay, so this is a shorter one, but James, you can just manage just because you'll be fine.
Mhm.
It's not the worst. It's not like 90 seconds.
Okay.
As Sylvain's turning around, he's like, oh, excuse me, Zarella, I didn't realize that you were having company. I wouldn't have taken so much time. Please, we were just finishing up here. As he like kind of like walks past like all of you, Margrave's kind of like closely on his heels.
Is it just me or is the music cutting out?
It's just
Just
What
Oh,
the
it's not cutting out for me.
fuck is going on right now?
Oh, I thought you said it was loud. I was like, it is a tad loud.
Is it
Be
cut
aware.
out? Is what
I'm-
they say.
I might be lowering this, would just be an FYI. If it's too
That's
low.
fine.
I'm going to lose my
I have
goddamn
no
mind.
idea what the address is for them.
Yeah. Like I don't know who it is. Only Swan knows it's the Lord of House Gautier.
You would refer
Margrave.
to him. You would refer to him as Lord.
Thank
Lord,
you.
like anybody like Count or like he would be known as Lord to you.
Like infer from like Buford's salute. This is probably like house.
Yeah, I mean like he has got like the Gautier symbol. You are in the Gautier region, and who
Yeah.
else would Zarella be bowing to?
I don't know if I'd say anything honestly. That's like I'd do that because I don't know if I should speak unless spoken to.
That's up to you guys.
That's right, Lord Gautier. Who was stopping by to report?
To report.
Yes, sir.
Lord Gautier for a moment. Margaret kind of like bumped into him. He like sizes up the group. Report on what? Might I ask, pray tell? Excuse me, how rude. My name is Lord Gautier. Sylvain, but you all can call me Sylvain. And this is my son. And this is my son, Margrave. Margrave, make yourself scarce. Not scarce. Make yourself, known. Kind of like steps forward and like does like a slight like bow. Margrave Gautier at your service.
It is a pleasure, Margrave.
An honor, some might say.
We
Might I
received
ask,
to
who is it doing work in my realm? He looks at all of you.
What
I'm
did he
sorry.
say? Who is it?
no,
Yeah.
who, right
Yeah,
now,
who- and
who's
who-
doing work in my region?
Yeah.
I hate to say, but we were doing minor folk for Lady Mokwin. Nothing too
Uh,
severe.
A look of surprise can be seen from both Sylvain and Margrave's face. Um, is that so?
Yes, sir.
And what work have you been doing at the behest of Lady Mogwin? I'm sorry, I don't think I quite caught your name, son. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
My name is Swan, formerly of House Vaudelier, from the Delmar region.
Formerly?
It's
Tell what happens in Delmar.
It's a long story, but all I can say is that my uncle, who was going to grant me the title, is currently going through a bit of a situation. As of right now, I am not standing to inherit that title. It is currently
Raises
being
eyebrow.
discussed.
I see. An unfortunate fate to find oneself in.
Incredibly. But all of that to say, sire, we came to report as we were doing a bit of surveying on the severity of the bleed that the Gautier region has been experiencing, and we had heard that this young man, Buford, had gone missing, so we took it upon ourselves to bring him back. And it seems that there's been quite a few things that have happened during his travel that we want to report on.
He turns his attention to Buford, who, by the way, upon you saying that, you could feel like air around turn like cold. You could hear his blood cold.
I feel like Adrian is also just standing very still, very stiff right now, like at
Yeah.
attention,
I'm
just like
bent over.
looking between the two of them, like, oh my god.
Charlotte, actually is going to try to slip away before fucking this happens.
Also, I'm
Or as
sorry.
it happens.
I have to restart my Discord. I can't take
Sure.
this.
Okay.
Fucking hide a little.
He's at
Oh,
least
yeah.
like 6 foot.
Oh, is he? Okay. I thought he went back 5 something.
No, he's a big boy. He's like 6 foot something, probably normally.
I
He's
think
like
we
still
were
the
accommodating
smallest
a
out of his
twink.
family, though, for sure, though.
Mhm.
Who, Adrian?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
we were contemplating a twink, right?
he's like, I mean, the shortest that he would probably go
Yeah.
would be like 5'7", but yeah, he's really around like 6 something. I
Okay.
don't know why it's cutting out, and it's driving me up the fucking wall.
I'm sorry. I could tell you're struggling.
Maybe it's because do you think like the stream might be too much with Discord?
No,
Oh, it's your internet.
I'm running at 15% CPU, 26% memory, 1% disk right now.
I think it also was happening before the stream was even up, too.
Yeah.
True based.
I have 315 megabits up download and 200 and some upload. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, it's like you can always just like play it yourself in your own background, instead of like having to like deal with it. 'Cause
True.
it's
You could
probably just like a
always use your
Discord
phone
thing.
as a mic. Yeah, you could always use your phone as a mic for now.
Right finger.
I
Oh, I
think
thought we were talking about the music cutting out.
it is the music primarily.
Oh, okay.
Let me just like stop watching this, and then
I think it's time to sit down.
I think I was about to say I might sit down too.
Yeah, I sat down like
It's been more
10
than 30 minutes.
ago.
It's been like an hour.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's been like an hour and a half. It's been an
Yeah.
hour and a half. I've been
Yeah.
having because I was like, yeah, I set the timer for 30 minutes and then off, and I was like, yeah, that's way too short.
Yeah.
Time for sit down.
okay.
That
When
was
I
pretty
sit down,
good.
you all can stand up.
Stop.
So I'm just gonna play my own music, and then James can stream for
Nice.
everybody else.
There's-
Yeah, I'll continue to stream.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So is everyone situated?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Lord Gautier turns to Buford, who, yeah, when you said that, you could hear his like blood run. And he sees Buford for a moment. Margrave, do you recognize this young man? He seems to be around your age. You've sparred with him at some point. And he's like, no, father. Not. A pity. You look like you've seen quite the battle to come. Be the only one back from the Fey realm. They've sent parties out looking for weeks, and it seems like you're the first one to return. And Buford, salutes again. He's like still actively saluting. He's like, I have nothing but luck, my lord. I have encountered. I think I can come to some conclusions of who might be at the bottom of this.
Hmm?
A member of the Winter Court was there, Your Honor, and one of the Summer. It seems that it's not just one member of the, one court of Fey Wild that is attacking, but it seems that they're all beginning to work in tandem. Aside from that, Your Honor, my lord, I only have mission specifics that I would hate to bore you with. So laughs. This is fantastic news, my boy. You deserve to rest. Surely been through quite a bit, but once you finish your reports, see you take some time off. There will probably be much use for you later on. You are far more valuable to us now that you've come back than sending you back to endure those horrors then. Especially that we seem to have so many capable people working on it now. As he kind of like turns to the group.
Slower.
Lauren.
And what of the rest of you? Who else do I define pleasure of meeting? He turns to Adrian now, who's standing right next to Buford.
Adrian is going to salute again and say, I am. So, quickly, would he introduce himself as Paladin of, as like would he would he say like, oh, I am Adrian of House of House of.
He's not a part of a house. The Kerwalls aren't a house. They're
That's
simply
true.
a family.
That's
You
true.
could introduce yourself as
a Paladin of Yotil or of
a
Ionius.
paladin of the First King. That's what your order is known as.
A slay. Okay. But he would not say, like, I am Adrian, son of Alshwin
He-
Kerwal.
You could say that if you wanted. Like, you don't need to.
That's true.
That's up to you.
Mhm.
Okay. So then, yeah, he's going to just salute and just be like, I am Adrian, paladin of the First King.
Gonna find one at that, it seems. Glad a paladin of the First King working in Brailer. We don't get so many, you don't often get so many esteemed paladins here. Glad to
is-
know that Lady Mogwin had no expense.
It is an honor to be called upon and sent where I am needed.
Of course. He turns to Jasper. Son.
Jasper Hawthorne of the capital city.
Ah, and tell me, how is Carcosa this time of year?
Absolutely lovely.
It's been far too long since I've been. My wife truly adores it there. Why do you
Both
find
of you.
yourself a trailer?
Oh, the love of adventure.
Good to know that those in the city aren't too spoiled then. Get up. And he turns to Zentha, and my dear.
Zentha Osalith, my lord of House within Rivendell.
How's Osela? And how is your father?
He is doing well. He just married in the past few years, and we're doing well in our realm. We are thriving, I would like to say, and everything is going well. Thank you for asking.
Of course. I had heard of your mother's passing. Ugh, terrible to hear, but to know that she is with Our Lady is always comforting. But glad to hear that he's getting on well.
Of course, my lord, and thank you for your condolences. It means a lot, especially to my father and our house.
Of course. Um, and then he kind of like looks around, and he kind of like looks past Adrian. And you, my dear?
Me? I am Charlotte Antoinette Moulet of House Plessis in Broyerville.
Ah, our neighbors to the north. And how is the border?
Well, it is surely providing for my family's business. That is for.
Huh. And what Propel is that? I'm not particularly familiar. That section was annexed not too long ago. Before
It
our
is.
emperor.
It is exactly that. It is we are merchants for war spoils.
I see. Well, I might have to come and see their wares at some point.
Yes, we have many fine wares. There is a lot of great craftsmanship in the north.
Of course. Well, I've taken too much of all of your time. I will leave you to. Sorry, say that again.
Oh, saying thinking of it, my lord.
You all spoil me. Well, give Lady Mogwin my regards. And I suppose I will be seeing more of all of you in the future, seeing that you will hopefully help bring an end to to this infestation. But I'm confident that between all of you and he like pats Margrave on the back like sternly once. We'll be able to resolve in no time.
Your vote of confidence means much, my lord. Thank you.
Of course. An insight check on who?
The relationship between the Margaret and Lord Galgay.
No, go for it.
That'll be a 7. Fine.
Just the dad and his son.
Just fatherly things. Ah,
Mhm.
just like Uncle.
Would anyone else like to roll?
I mean, I'll
Uh,
try.
Yeah, I'll try
Yeah.
too. Why not? Got nothing to lose.
A 16.
I got a nat 1.
There is something to this, apparently.
I got a 13.
Um, Jasper, all you're gonna like, just kind of like randomly, you're just gonna hear say to Whisper, "I can't believe you're forgetting about me."
Oh,
Look up at that.
5 eyes.
Wait. Um. So, who rolled what again? Sorry. Who rolled over 15?
Oh,
I got a 16. No one else got anything.
Okay, Charlotte. You can tell that like Margrave almost seems a little scared. Like Sylvain, even keel. Like business as usual. As usual. Margrave seemed like you can see like Margrave sweating a little bit.
I'm gonna wink at Margrave. And do a flirty little smile.
Roll performance. Sure.
15.
Margrave blushes and looks down.
You better
Bite
go
lip.
your man voice I'm in.
You guys have a wonderful night.
Sylvain to the group, of course. Margrave like making eye contact with Charlotte, kind of like nods and then like leaves with his father down the hall. And pendants follow them as well.
I stand back up.
When they are no longer in sight, Adrian is going to look at Swan and just kind of like give him a very stern look. And then he's going to turn and
Gives
walk.
Adrian a sly smile.
He's going to turn and walk into the room with bitch lady commander.
So Zarella's like at her desk now, going over papers. But as you all enter, as she looks up, you can see that she's like kind of annoyed that you're entering, and that sees Buford, and that pure shock is on her face.
You're
Feels like-
welcome. Aren't you happy to see us now? I'm gonna smile, like genuinely.
Buford like salutes. Buford Blackheart reporting Commander Zarella. I have to report that the scout mission to the Fey Bleed has been an ultimate failure. We were able to retrieve some information, however, I only member left of my party. I'm sorry, and I'm willing to accept whatever responsibility you give me from failure. Zarella. Oh. No, go off.
I was going to say, oh, well, I do not think it was complete failure. You seem to have a lot of information that Sylvain was very pleased about, no?
You see Zorella's like neck snap when you say the name Sylvain. You reported to Count Gautier. What? Okay. You've heard. You were able to come back and at least relay this information. I would not say it's a complete failure. It was a scouting mission to rid the Brailer of Fabi mission. However, we will obviously discuss the group, your squadron being gone. Might I ask, were you able to retrieve any of the bodies or any parts of them? Buford shakes his head grimly.
We were not told of their whereabouts, nor did we find any bodies during our travels.
I
That
see.
we looked at individuals, at least.
We did we did find a curious object that could maybe be of use.
Yeah.
And I'm going to like gesture to Zentha.
We did find this. It was a crystal rose, right?
Yeah.
We found this crystal rose on the Guardian of the Forest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what he called
Yeah.
himself?
It was some kind of guardians.
Yeah. When we killed him, and one of our party members was able to figure out it was a sort of communicated device that is able to be used. I don't know. Do we know if it's a one-way or two-way?
It's
One.
It's one way. So it's a one way, but we don't know if it's. I guess does it receive or
It
send?
sounds like it can do both, but it's only to one specific thing.
Oh, okay. So it's a two-way that can send and receive, but seems to only be able to send to one location, which we hypothesize to be probably their base of operation.
As
you tried-
they're talking, Adrian's also going to pull the shield off of his back that he took that has the Winter Court emblem on it.
Period.
And present
I
it.
see. So you're all telling the truth as well. She like gestures to take it from Adrian.
Hands it over.
You yeah. Well done indeed. I suppose then I was too quick to make judgments on all of you. Especially seeing that, she kind of like gestures to the doorway that you were all speaking with Lord Gautier as well.
Of course.
What does this woman look like? Is she hot?
He is like, yeah, she's like, okay, let me.
See, for some reason,
Really
I
common
was
now.
picturing Coach Trunchbull from Matilda.
Oh,
I don't know why.
No, like, she is like,
It's like hot dough.
no, like, she is, yeah, everyone in Caladan is kind of hot.
I feel like she's like
That's like,
masked,
but like,
but
no,
hot.
it's
Oh
the character
my.
note.
Okay.